Welcome back to the Grown Girl Tarot. So in today's reading, we'll be looking at what is the universe preparing you for. So very interestingly, all three piles have their own similarities, right? So if you are drawn to more than one pile, it's definitely okay if you want to check out more than one. And if you're drawn to all three piles, then sure, you can definitely check them out as well, because I'm sure that the universe has quite a lot that it wants to prepare you for. And I really want to thank you for giving me a lot of your time and your energy if you're listening to all three piles or even just more than one pile. Okay? And I know that a lot of us, we have been feeling very lost, right? Might be feeling really lost, really exhausted. We feel like we are stuck in darkness, right? As if nobody is here, as if like the universe is not here, as if we have to handle everything on our own. And at least this is what I myself am feeling lately, right? I've been feeling and I've been having a lot of doubts on my own path, and that I don't know if this is actually the right path, or that if I should continue on my path, because there are no external validation that is here to validate that. And I just really want to share this experience because I feel like maybe a lot of you might be able to resonate or relate to me. And yeah, sometimes when we're chasing after our dreams, self-doubt starts to happen, right? We might start to think that, oh, is this really our path? Is this really what is meant for us? Because if it's not, why are there no external confirmation for me to actually allow that? And sometimes it's because there is a lesson here. It's because we are here to learn that we don't need every confirmation in every step of the way, right? Sometimes we need to learn how to self-trust. We need to learn how to trust ourselves first, more than anything else, right? Just like tarot reading is a form of guidance. It should not be used to predict our future outcomes, right? If let's say if you're not doing anything, if you're not taking any action, and if you receive the Six of Wands in your future position, for example, and if you're not really doing anything, the Six of Wands energy is not going to come, right? You can't just pray and wish that things will happen without you actually putting in any effort. That's just a load of crap. Okay, manifestation doesn't just happening with you visualizing, doing your vision board, writing things down, thinking about it, fantasizing about it. When you are literally doing nothing in the material world to actually fulfill that, then you are actually you're just dreaming, right? And if you would like to continue to dream, then sure, I'm not going to stop you. But you gotta have to co-create the universe. You gotta show that, hey, I really want this. Hey, I really want this to be a success. That is why I'm going to continuously put in the effort. I'm going to continuously do what I'm supposed to be doing in order to co-create with the universe, right? Because if you don't show to the divine that you want this to happen, then it will not happen for you as much as it wants to happen for you, but you are not putting any effort. Isn't it? So whichever or whatever you're dealing with right now, right? I can totally understand, because I'm also in the same position. As much as I love what I'm doing, but sometimes self-doubt creeps in, or that sometimes I just feel like I cannot really hold onto anymore, because I don't know if I'm going to achieve what I'm going to achieve, but sometimes I would just receive a lot of guidance, and even I myself would take a lot of tarot cards for myself, and to make sure that I'm actually on the right path, which I definitely am, right? So if you're doubting whether or not you're on the right path and you're watching this could be a sign, and this could be a confirmation that tells you that you're on the right path, okay? And that we are here to create and achieve our deepest dreams, even if it doesn't seem like it in any forms of way. And I'm sure that the universe is preparing that for a lot of us. It's preparing for us to tap into our untapped gifts. It's allowing us to tap into our own talents and our own knowledge and our own ideas, right? So that we can not only ask for what we want, but create the desired outcome as well. Okay, so yeah, I hope that that makes sense. I don't know if that was a channeling session, but if it is, and if it did provide you a lot of comfort and confirmation and validation, thank you for being here and for being with me. Okay, so now we have 3 piles for you to choose from today. So this is the first pile, which is Tulip, Great Passion. Can go according to where your intuition is guiding you, whether it's the image, words that you are drawn to. Okay. Next we have Claw. This is making me think of I don't know why it's making me think of the pirate ship, right? Now the one we used to play when we go to Universal Studio. Like, there is a Universal Studios in Singapore. I don't know if there's a pirate ship, but yeah, when you go to carnivals, when you go to those theme parks, right? What we used to play as well. Pirate ships could be significant. Pile number 2. Oh, pile number 3. I just finished pile number 3 and wow, this card is amazing. Pile 3. We have Guaranteed Success as well. Pile number 2, we have Be Careful, Do Not Take Risks. Pile number 1, Great Passion. Okay, so depending on what you are drawn to, maybe you are drawn to just 1, or maybe you are drawn to 2, or maybe you are drawn to all 3, which thank you for sharing your energy with me. And after you've picked your piles, I'll see you in your reading. So I'll see you guys there. See ya! Hi! Welcome back, pile number 1. So in today's reading, we'll be looking at what is the universe preparing you for. So as usual, we'll be taking 3 tarot cards and we will use the tea leaf fortune cards to help you see the details about this preparation that the universe has for you, right? To see, is there any confirmation, any reassurance, or even any other messages that I might have missed out, right, during the tarot portion of the reading. Okay? Now, before we get started, please remember that this is a collective reading. Not all messages are going to resonate. Please do not give your power away to me or to any other psychics, any other readers out there, okay? You always have the free will to create your destiny. If you do not like, or your intuition tells you that this is not your power, please listen to it and trust yourself more than anything else, okay? Use my reading as a form of guidance, right? Don't use my reading as a form of, don't use my reading in a way where it replaces your inner intuition. Always trust yourself above anything else, okay? If the messages just doesn't resonate, just doesn't sit right with you, then move on, right? If you are interested in another pile, then look to another pile, right? Or if you resonate with my energies, then you can check out my other readings. Or if you don't resonate with my energies, then you can check out other amazing tarot readers out there that might be more beneficial and that might resonate with you more. Okay? So, pile number 1. I'm seeing the word shine in my mind's eye. So you really could be taking the center stage, right? You could be somebody that practices ballet. I'm seeing somebody like dancing on stage, performing for an audience. I'm also getting public speaking as well. You might be a publisher of some sorts, and you might just be targeting a lot of audience. I'm also hearing like worldwide audience as well. Like people are flying in to see you. People are flying in to just want to get a glimpse of you and your work. Right, and this is just very, very powerful, pile number 1. I feel like the universe is preparing a center stage for you. It wants to remind you that you belong here, right? You deserve to have a spot. You deserve to have a place here. right? You might feel like you don't belong, or you might feel like you just want to go home. And what I mean by go home means that you don't want to stay here on earth anymore, like you want to go back to where you came from, right? And the universe is saying that you always belong to where you came from, right? That is always your home, but you are on earth right now, and earth is your home, right? You can go back to your home when you are in your dreams, right? When you are in a meditative state, you can always go back there when you need to or when you want to, right? But earth is here to be your support. Earth is here to be your biggest supporter, right? And that we all deserve a spot here. We all deserve a space where we can truly feel like we belong and we truly feel like we are understood, right? Maybe you have been dismissed, or you might have been betrayed or backstabbed, and you just feel like you don't fit in anywhere. And the universe is saying that not anymore. You are going to create a space that you can finally fit in, or the universe is preparing you, is leaving you a space where you finally feel like you belong here, right? With people, with your soul family as well, who are looking for you just as much as you are looking for them, right? And no matter what you are doing, you deserve a large audience. You deserve audiences all around the world that are rooting for you, they are cheering for you, they are supporting you as always. And that they admire your work, they love your work, they want to see what you do, they want to see what you have to say, they want to see what you have to write, they want to see what you publish, they want to see what you compose, they want to see every ins and every bits and pieces of you. Power number one. So the universe is really just preparing this grand gesture, right? It's preparing this big stage for you to shine, for you to feel like this is my place, and that your soul can finally feel free, or that you yourself can finally feel like, wow, I finally find a place that I belong, and that I don't have to, deny myself, I don't have to diminish myself, I don't have to play small in order for me to feel like I deserve a spot here. You never have to, and you never will be. Okay? Wow, so I hope these messages resonate. Now, we have the Emperor. Firstly, so the Emperor came up in this way. So, okay. Next, we have the Ace of Wands and the Eight of Wands. Right. Okay. Last but not least, we have the Six of Swords. Yeah. My hands are sweaty, so don't mind me. Okay. Yeah. What is the universe preparing you for? It really just wants you to step up and take charge, right? It wants you to follow your dreams. It wants you to follow your passion, whatever it is that makes you feel fulfilled, whatever it is that makes you feel satisfied, right? It wants to give you a spot. It wants to give you a place where you can finally create, or you can finally find the place that you truly feel at home, right? And that the Emperor energy is all about the divine masculine, right? It's all about action. It's all about finding your purpose, finding your place, right? It's all about taking steps towards your dream place. And the universe is giving you that. But that doesn't mean that you are here to just give and give and give without any forms of receiving, because it wants you to prioritize your own inner fulfillment more than the abundance that you're going to receive. Now, this is not about you are not going to receive any abundance, or this is not about me comparing the emotional fulfillment to abundance, right? Because money is essential for us, right? We need money to survive. But can we actually attach our creative endeavors to financial freedom, to financial independence? Of course we can, right? And honestly, this is a question that I have struggled with myself, and I really want to share this, right? Recently I was offered an opportunity, but it requires me to kind of go in a different direction because I need money, right? Because right now I'm just relying on my home and my parents and all, but at the same time, something just doesn't sit right with me because I don't want to go in a different direction just to earn money. But at the same time, I understand that there are a lot of us that we need money to survive, right? I guess it's just the way that we were brought up, right? The way that I was brought up is that I don't really have to worry a lot about money, right? And that I have food on my table, I have clothes, I can get whatever I want, and I'm incredibly grateful for that. But what is actually lacking for me is the emotional fulfillment, is finding my spot here, is finding my purpose, being fulfilled emotionally. This is something that I've lacked for throughout my years. And maybe you do too. Point number one, what is lacking inside of you? It's really the desire to go after your dreams, to be able to follow what your heart has been telling you, follow what your heart has been leading you, because you are definitely getting a lot of downloads, getting a lot of information about where you want to go and what you want to do. But maybe you might not have been taking things very seriously, right? I'm also getting somebody, for quite a lot of you, you might be quitting a lot of your jobs, you might be quitting jobs, quitting your corporate jobs, and you're just starting a fresh new endeavor. And I really want to congratulate you. I know that this is scary, right? I know that this is a fresh new thing that needs you to step out of your comfort zone, needs you to step out of this mentality that, oh, I have to like do what my heart, do this thing or do this job or people please or sacrifice myself in order for me to gain money, in order for me to have some form of financial freedom. But Spirit is saying that that is not necessarily true. You can have fun, you can have your own creative endeavors, you can have your dreams while earning money at the same time. Right? You can attach your dreams to financial freedom. Right? You can attach your creative endeavors to your financial freedom. You don't have to choose one or the other. Right? There is a whole new state of being, whole new state of adventure waiting for you at the other side. But you have to be willing to let go of the past. You have to be willing to let go of the scarcity mindset, the fear-based mindset. And that is extremely difficult, right? Especially if we were brought up in a household where we struggled with money. We struggle with having our survival needs being met, our base needs being met, right? And this is not an easy thing to transmute. It is, I'm not gonna lie, it's extremely difficult, right? And even if you do receive the financial freedom, the abundance that you're going to receive, you might either cling to it, like you don't want to share with other people, or you might overspend. Right? These are the two extremes that we might fall into because we do not have we do not know how to take care of our money. We do not know how to retain our money. And because we are so scared of losing it, or we kind of just want to spend it, we do not know how to retain it, or we do not know how to give generously, but without you sacrificing yourself. So these are some of the limiting beliefs that you're going to have to work on, right? Because like I was mentioning, the universe is preparing you a whole new level of something incredibly new that you wouldn't even expect, right? A new idea that pops up in your head that tells you where to go, that tells you what to do, even if you might just feel like you're all over the place, or even if you just feel really scared, like I don't know if I should move this ahead. You are weighing a lot of your options. What is it that inspires you the most? What is it that makes you feel so passionate about it, that you're willing to go through a lot of challenges, that you're willing to face a lot of your fears while you are moving through a better life? Right? These questions are the questions that you gotta have to question and ask. Because this new position that you are getting, this new leadership that you are becoming, because you are definitely you are somebody who is meant to be in an authority position, whether is it you are in your 9-to-5 job. Right? I'm not dismissing 9-to-5 job. Is an incredible way of guiding other people and teaching other people too. Like maybe you might rise to a different position, or you might be your own businessman or woman yourself. You might be an entrepreneur. You create your own business. You decide how and when things should go. You creating your own business by just this idea that pops up in your head. Now is the time for you to ask yourself if you are willing to take the risk. Because I can tell you this risk is worth taking. Right? Because at first, you might not gain any forms of validation, for example. You might not get any forms of instant gratification. But does that mean that this is failing? No. It just means you need to put in more time and effort. This is where Saturn energy comes, right? Right now we are already in, Saturn is in retrograde until December. I don't really remember the exact date, but I know Saturn is in retrograde until December 2026. If you are watching this in 2026, right? I mean, this is a timeless reading, so it doesn't matter when or how you come across this reading. Saturn is in retrograde, it's testing you. Years, even decades of efforts have to be put in order for results to come through. That is the harsh lesson of Saturn, because it wants you to persist, it wants you to endure. It doesn't want you to get instant gratification, because getting things instantly, it doesn't satisfy you in the long run. It kind of only harms you, and it only makes you want things to be quicker and instantly. And it's not a good mindset to have. This is why the universe is preparing you to upgrade your mindset as well, to allow you to work on your limiting beliefs while still continuously moving forward. Despite all of those fears, despite all of those past beliefs that you have been adopting, right? Those ancestral beliefs that you have gotten from your ancestors, that you have gotten from your lineage, that is being passed down to you, and that you are now breaking the cycle. You are now allowing yourself to chase after your goals and dreams, to finally step up to the kind of powerful leader that you are, because you are somebody that is deeply, deeply respected, right? Whether it's in your community, whether it's just in your own friend group, you are very, very respected and looked up to. People look up to you for your guidance, for your words, right? For the choice of your songs, for example, or just the kind of knowledge and wisdom that you provide. Like, people see that in you. Right? And they want to receive that from you, and they are willing to pay for the amount of wisdom and guidance that you give to them, because you are that talented, pal number one. Doubting yourself is really just the least thing that you should worry about, because what is coming your way, what is the universe preparing you for, right? I was mentioning at the beginning, it's a big stage. is that all of your prayers and your desires are heard. But the question is, do you have the confidence and the leadership, the courage, the fearlessness, the kind of attitude that takes you forward to your path, that takes you forward to this new adventure that you are finally getting into? Right? Because you are becoming your own leader. You are not only leading yourself, you are also leading and guiding millions of people, is what I'm hearing. I know that this can be exaggerating, but I'm not exaggerating. Okay? That you are meant to be in a position, in a high up position where people can see you, people look up to you, people truly respect you for the kind of rebellious attitude, the kind of rebellious ideas and the kind of attitude, but rebellious in a way where it's like I said, right? It's not you harming other people, like rebellious in a way where it's incredibly different than other people. Like the path that you're walking on is very unconventional. It is not to be understood by other people. It is the path that you are meant to lead. You are meant to take charge first, so that other people that comes after you, they will follow your path too. Like you paved the way for these new leaders that are meant to come through in this new age, in this new era. Like you are this new leader that is desperately needed right now in this world. Okay, so don't underestimate your Mars energy, right? Your divine masculine energy, which is allows you to listen to your feminine energy, which is listening to your intuition, and you start to plan, you start to take the lead, you start to do something to push it forward so that you're no longer stuck. And that you are finally doing something, you are educating yourself, right? You are putting yourself out there so that you can finally be visible and finally be seen by so many people that wants to learn from you, that you can guide, that you can fulfill your purpose, which is to guide other people, to let other people know that there is always another path, that you don't need to settle, or you don't need to go what society tells you. You can always follow your own choice and follow your own path, right? There is always another way for you to do things. The question is, do you have the courage to follow? Do you have the courage to move through? And to endure whatever comes your way? Because the emperor is not just built by just becoming the emperor. The emperor is built by the amount of challenges and obstacles that he has to face, whether it's an internal guide, whether it's an internal challenge or an external challenge, right? And the more challenges you are going to face, the more you are going to grow as a person, the more you are going to grow into this position, into this high up position that you yearn for, and that you can finally fulfill your purpose here of guiding yourself and guiding other people. And by showing yourself that yes, I can do it, and that I can finally achieve what I really want. I can finally use my own power to do something good, to do something right in this world, and to fight for what's right, to fight for equality, to fight for justice. Now you're using your power to do something good. That is why you are in this leadership position, because you are meant to create something meaningful in this world. Okay, pile number 1. So yeah, I hope that this message resonated for you. So now we'll be using the tea leaf fortune cards to see any messages that reassuring messages, any guiding messages, or any other messages that needs to come through that I have yet to speak about, okay? Excuse me. So firstly, we have archway. We have new opportunities, possibilities, and paths opening up for you. Exactly, like you are meant to walk a path that is not being accepted or sometimes even misunderstood by other people. Right? Look at this trail. It's full of flowers, full of gardens. Once you step into this new zone, once you start acting on this idea, just that one step, doors have been unlocked for you. And yes, it might take time, but you must trust and believe that you will reach the day where new possibilities, new opportunities, they will present itself to you, right? Once you continuously walk into this garden that is filled with so much flowers, filled with so much new smells as well. I don't know why I'm getting that, but the smells of the flowers that just makes you feel so satisfied within, and that you do not have to, you don't want to look at another way already, because you know that you're on the right path, right? The universe is preparing you to accept and to showcase to you how many opportunities that are coming your way, and you choosing the one that you feel the most drawn to, right? The ones that you feel so passionate about that you want to do it. The one that fulfills you the most. Okay, so yeah. Oh, we have firecracker. We have excitement. Exactly. The universe is just preparing things to pop in your life, and that it is showing you that life can be uplifting, life can be joyful, right? You don't need to be dull. Like, not once in your life is dull. You can create a new moment. You can create a new opportunity. You can create something that makes you feel alive, right? Things that just makes you want to jump out of bed every single morning, right? And that you don't want to lie in your bed, you don't want to use your phone. I just want to jump out of bed. I just want to go out and hang around with people that are your soul family. I just want to go out and do what makes me feel happy. I just want to sit in my workstation and type everything and just do something that makes you feel like, life is simple but luxurious. Life is excited. Life is exciting, right? And that I don't have to feel like I'm being let down. Again, like, I know that whatever life is doing is happening for me, not to me, right? And that I don't need to put myself in this position where I am struggling with fears anymore, right? Yes, there might be challenges. Yes, there are going to be obstacles and challenges on your path. But this is the path that I'm walking on, and no matter what I'm going to face, I am still going to persevere. I'm still going to endure it, and I'm going to move through this challenge, because these challenges excites me, right? You might look at it in this way, like, challenges excite me right now because this is the path that I'm walking on, and no matter what throws at me, I'm just going to fight it head on. And I know that there's always something valuable to learn and gain here, right? Oh, we have tulip. We have great passion. Exactly. Oh my God, we have so many, like, flowers. Garden as well. Maybe you might feel called to take a walk at your nearest garden, right? Or if you have a garden near your home, then sure, you can take a walk. Or you can just buy some form of flowers. Maybe it makes you feel alive. It makes you feel excited. Right? We have great passion here, so there's a lot of passion being activated within you, right? Something new is being replenished in you. I'm seeing the Ace of Cups right now in my mind's eye. So you feeling like it's not I'm not being pulled by life anymore. I'm the one moving through life. Like, I don't need to control. I just let things happen as it is. Right? So there's a lot of passion, a lot of newness happening in your life that the universe is preparing you for. Don't worry if you feel like right now you're in a state of anxiety, or if you feel extremely stressed. Things are going to change, and they will change in a way where it will just smack you back in the present moment. That's like, yeah, I want to do this. Yes, I want to publish this. Yes, I want to channel this. Yes, I want to accomplish this. Because why? I am feeling so alive. I'm feeling so good about myself, and I'm feeling so good about life. Right? And that I create every moment. There will be a time when you're just going to wake up and you feeling so grateful and excited about everything. Right? Because this is what the universe is gifting you, is preparing you for a new life, a life full of passion, a life that you finally feel that you don't need to settle, right? You don't need to hide away anymore. You just want to make meanings out of everything, meaningful meanings out of everything. Okay, so yeah, that's all that I have for you today, pile number 1, and I hope that this reading helped you in some form of way. If it did, please give me a like and subscribe and comment if you want to. And yeah, I'm sending you so much love and healing energy, and I hope that things are going to get better for you. If you don't see anything happening right now, rest assured that there will be some form of newness that is going to happen in your life, whether it's internally or whether it's externally. But I really feel like it's something that happens within you. Like, change always starts from within, right? So that you can finally feel like, I can chase after my dreams, and I can go after my goals, right? So yeah, and I'm sending you so much love and healing energy, pile number 1, and I'll see you guys in my next reading. Bye. Hi, welcome back, pile number 2. So in today's reading, we will be looking at what is the universe preparing you for. So we'll be taking 3 tarot cards as usual, and we will use the tea leaf fortune cards to help you see the details about this preparation that the universe has for you, okay? Now, before we get started, please remember that this is a collective reading. Not all messages are going to resonate. Please do not give your power away to me or any other psychics, any other readers out there, okay? You always have the free will to create your own destiny. If you do not like, or your intuition tells you that this is not your power, then please listen to it and trust yourself more than anything else, all right? Like, tarot is a tool, right, to guide you in this present moment in accordance with your own energies. Please don't use tarot as a form of dictating your own life, okay? If you just do not like the messages that you are listening, or it just doesn't resonate with you deep within, please don't force yourself upon this message, okay? You can check out my other piles if you're interested in, if you're drawn to more than one, right? And if you resonate with my energy, you can definitely check out my other readings, or you can check out other amazing tarot readers out there that might be more beneficial for you, okay? So pile number 2. The first thing that I'm hearing is your soul prepared for this. Your soul is very prepared for this. I don't know what this is, but I'm hearing your soul is very prepared for this upcoming blessing, this upcoming months, whatever the universe wants to bless you with. And it wants to prepare you, it wants you to be in the right space, and it wants you to be at the right time as well, in order for you to receive whatever blessings that you are meant to be receiving. I'm hearing your life purpose is big. It is bigger than you can ever imagine, right? Maybe you have been working really hard for a very long time and not really seeing any results, right? And this is something that has been causing you a lot of pain. This has been causing you a lot of anxiety and stress, and you might be thinking to the universe, where is my blessing? When are things going to get better, right? How long should I work for, right? And Spirit is saying that it's your time. It's your time to receive all of the blessings and all of the harvest that you have been putting in. Right now I'm seeing the Seven of Pentacles in my mind's eye. And interestingly, the Seven of Pentacles came through in your reading too, because it accidentally flipped open and I saw the card. So yeah, there is really not much for you to do other than open up your arms and say to the universe that I am ready. I am ready for this grand gesture. I am ready to receive what I'm meant to be receiving, but not just through your words, but your body, right? Is your body in a state where you are allowing yourself to receive? Are you allowing yourself to be receptive, to rest, to relaxation, to be in your feminine energy, regardless you're a man or a woman or whichever gender that you identify yourself as? Because now is not the time for you to play small. Now is not the time for you to dismiss your gifts. And now is not the time for you to, I'm hearing like, you have already put in a lot of work, okay? This work is huge, it's enormous. You really don't need to. I mean, yeah, it's true that we still need to work hard and put in a lot of effort, but not so much to the point where you are sacrificing yourself, not so much to the point where you are on the verge of burnt out, or where you are working, where you're overworking yourself. Right? You can just maybe work for 1 or 2 hours and then take a break for 8 hours, and then yeah, that's all, and then you can prepare for tomorrow. So most importantly is to allow your body to be receptive to the blessings that are coming your way, right? Because if your body cannot relax, if you cannot, if your body does not have the capacity to relax, then it's going to be very difficult for you to receive whatever is coming your way, or you might delay it unconsciously, right? Because I'm hearing maybe you might be very afraid of success, right? You might be scared to receive what you are meant to be receiving, maybe because you think that you are not ready, or you think that you are not equipped for it, or you are very afraid of being visible, of receiving what you are meant to be receiving, right? You think that you don't feel good enough, or you feel like you have to do more in order for you to prove your worth, but the universe is saying that there's really not much, and there is nothing, literally nothing for you to prove, because you are already worthy when the moment you are born, right? Your worth is not measured by the amount of validation, the amount of success that you have, right? It already exists because you exist, and you are already worthy just by you existing. Okay, so if you yourself have to focus on the limiting beliefs that you have to, right, in order for you to put yourself in a more receptive state, put yourself in the feminine energy, to open up your arms to receive, even if it's just a small little thing. Maybe it's a gift from your friend, right? Maybe you yourself have a hard time receiving help, receiving praise, receiving gifts. Now is the time for allow all of these things to accumulate, right? To allow yourself to be open to receiving, so that you can finally receive what it is that you have always dreamt of receiving. And this is really a gift of a lifetime. And I'm seeing this card in my mind's eye, which is the Archangel Raphael and the Grace for the Grand Gesture from the Crystal Mandala Oracle, Elena Fairchild. Yes. If it's possible, I might read it later after I've accomplished all of the reading, because I feel like it's very beneficial for you, pile number 2. Right? And that your blessings are already underway. But the question is, are you ready for it? The question is, Does your body, does your nervous system have the capacity to receive it? Right? You're undergoing a lot of changes in order for you to receive the blessings that you're meant to be receiving. Okay? So yeah, firstly, we'll look at the Ace of Cups. We have the King of Cups, valid, interesting. We have the Seven of Pentacles. Yeah, I was just saying this. Ha ha ha. Ho ho ho. If you live in Singapore, you should know what this means. It's the Garanguni. It's the Garanguni sound. So yeah, I apologize for the sound, but you cannot really control what happens externally when you live in a city area. Okay. Yeah, what is the universe preparing you for? Yeah, I feel like it wants to prepare you to a new stage of emotional fulfillment. Right? It doesn't want you to live in a survival mode. It wants you to live in a way where you don't need to work so hard, where you don't need to prove yourself in order for you to, maybe earn your worth or to earn other people's love and approval, even the universe's love and approval. And the universe is saying that you don't have to do that anymore. Right? It's preparing you a next stage of evolution, a new stage of consciousness where you are receiving things in a much more, in a flow state, in a relaxed state, right? Where you can allow yourself to just be and have fun while you are doing your things, while you're doing what you want to do. Right? It is preparing you for a new level of emotional fulfillment that makes you feel like I am being satisfied, I'm being fed by life, I'm being fed by the universe. Right? Because we have the King of Cups here, and the King of Cups, he's a master in his own emotions. He gives in a really generous way, but sometimes he might give to a point where he kind of oversteps the boundaries, right? He might try to save, he might try to rescue other people from their pain and their own emotions. And I feel like you're stepping away from such roles because you are recognizing that these roles, they do not have any benefit. And these roles, they are just only, they are only enhancing your limiting beliefs, right, on your need maybe to satisfy other people, to rescue other people, and you are not doing that anymore. You are stepping away, right? You're stepping away from that life. You're stepping away from being overly responsible for other people or from trying to rescue, trying to save other people. Like, no. Because look at the cup, right? It's not covered just like we see in the Queen of Cups, which shows to me that the King of Cups, he's a very generous person, right? And he's somebody that no matter what circumstances he's in, he always keeps a calm and a composed face, right? He doesn't show his emotions very easily. And I feel like you're entering a new life where you allow yourself to be vulnerable, right? You're allowing yourself to just hang around people, meeting like-minded people, and showing your emotions easily. And what I mean by easily is that if you are upset, you will communicate that you are upset. If you are disappointed about something, you will say that you are disappointed about something. If you want to cry, you would just cry. Right? And this is very healing for your soul because you are finally realizing that I don't have to look at other people's body language and facial expression to dictate whether or not is this emotion suitable right now. I will just allow myself to express and feel however I want to feel. Or I'm also hearing you might convert your emotions into art, into some form of creative expression, right? Because this creating art satisfies you. It makes you feel like there is a place for me to channel that energy, right? When I'm angry, right, I'm using art, I'm painting, or like I'm writing on, I'm just like writing something on my journal, and I'm channeling all of my anger onto that journal, and that is very helpful for you, right? So that you are not using it in a way where it's aggressive. So the King of Cups is showing me that maybe you yourself are becoming a person who is not afraid of showing and revealing their emotions, and you are not afraid to take a step back from people, places, and situations that requires you to save, or requires you to rescue, or requires you to take responsibility for the other person's emotions. So your emotional boundaries is very strong right now. I feel like the universe is preparing you for a next stage of your emotional evolution, because you are finally recognizing what is yours and what is not yours, right? What is yours to handle and what is not yours that you are free to give back to the other person whom you might be carrying it unconsciously. Or I'm also getting another message where you might be meeting somebody new. You might be meeting somebody new that reflects this energy, that reflects the King of Cups, that triggers your vulnerabilities, right? Maybe you are somebody that doesn't feel safe in expressing how they feel, but this person triggers that insecurity in you and makes you realize that, hey, I can also express my vulnerabilities. I can be vulnerable too. Like, my vulnerabilities are not going to be used against me. Like, I'm not going to be taken advantage of, right? Just like how you were previously in the past, where people used what you share against you, and that is a horrible thing, isn't it? That's a horrible thing to experience, because nobody should experience that kind of thing, right? If I share my secret with you, it should keep with you, right? You should not share it with other people, right? And these people, they do not have a place in your life anymore. So remember that the universe is opening up people, places, environments, and situations for you to understand your own emotions deeply, for allowing people to reflect and to trigger how you feel deep within. Maybe you are somebody that feels very deeply, but you are uncomfortable with expressing that and sharing that. And now this new person is coming to show you, to reveal to you, so that you can be more open to life again, so that you can open your heart again and allow yourself to experience this sacredness of being vulnerable with others, and really slowly letting your guard down and trusting that the other person is not going to use that against me. That is what the universe is preparing you for. Right? It's a very beautiful energy exchange. It's a very beautiful relationship that you have. Either this King of Cups, it's a relationship with you yourself, right? You're exchanging this self-love with yourself. I'm imagining somebody whom, let's say two chairs, right? And this is you, and you are imagining like this person sitting on that chair, and this person is the shadow side of you. And this person is really scared, has really been hurt by others, has really been hurt by life. And you are allowing these two sides of you to be integrated and to come into union together, because you don't want to be, you are tired of just holding everything together, right? You are tired of being the strong one, of being the emotionally available one, and you are not doing that anymore, right? You are allowing your heart to guide you towards something new, to guide you towards something where you can relax, right? The Seven of Pentacles in the reverse shows me that things do not have to be that difficult, right? Just because your reality doesn't look like what I'm saying, it doesn't mean that it's not happening. Things are already forming and already happening behind the scenes. That doesn't mean that it's not going to come. It just comes in divine timing, right? Maybe you are somebody that has always been very, very impatient, very cruel, very harsh with yourself. And this new phase of your life is allowing you to treat yourself in a much more gentle and sensitive way, to treat yourself like a baby, where it's like you are comforting yourself, you're soothing yourself, right? You are being the mother and the father figure that you've always wanted, right? You are soothing your inner child, you're soothing your inner teenager. You are allowing your shadows to come through, right? You are communicating with your shadows and ask him or her, what is it that is hurting you? Right? Like there is a potential of meeting somebody new, right? It doesn't have to be romantic. It can be a collaboration. It can be a friendship, right? It can be a new environment where everybody is just so emotionally mature and so emotionally available that you are not used to it. But at the same time, Spirit, the universe is reminding you that these things happen, and these things, they are opening up for you, right? Like they are opening up new levels and new channels of emotions where you're able to experience life in a much more abundant manner. But then the Ace of Cups here, it's just somebody who is overflowing with a lot of love, right? And you are experiencing that because you are being replenished by life, and you are finally able to give that back to yourself, and then you're able to give that to other people and to the collective, to humanity in itself, because you yourself are overflowing with a lot of love. This is what the new phase is trying to teach you, is trying to show you that it's not just you going to be replenishing yourself. Other people are going to be pouring into you. You will feel a sense of gratefulness and a sense of like, oh my God, I'm being treated fairly. Oh my God, I'm being treated well, right? Or that, wow, this person is just not the kind of people that I meet in the past, right? They showed me how it feels like to experience a life where I'm opening up my heart, where I'm able to communicate my needs, and that this person doesn't dismiss it, this person doesn't treat it as trash. No, this person accepts all sides of you, and that both of you are just in a really healthy environment. Right? It's not just about you or the other person, but it could be you and this new environment that you're going to be in, on this new situation that you're going to be in, where it makes you feel so grateful for all things. Like you are just able to create any type of art from whoever that you meet, right? Like I'm hearing like you're able to say something very poetic, and it's just very beautiful. And I feel like I cannot really express it in my words, because it is a beautiful thing to experience it. And I feel like once you really experience that yourself, right, with another person, with another new environment, or with another situation, or with just new people in general, with the new community that you are creating or you are going to be in, you are going to feel so fulfilled. You are going to feel like life is treating you like a little baby, right? And that no amount of words can actually be expressed, right? You will just continuously say thank you and thank you and thank you, because your heart is so filled with so much love and grace. And maybe you might even shed tears because you have never experienced something like this. Somebody caring for you, somebody paying attention to you, somebody taking care of you. And this is something that you've always wanted, isn't it? Pile number 2, you have always wanted people to be by your side, to stick with you, to be completely faithful and loyal to you, regardless of who you become, regardless of your little tantrums, regardless of your sensitivities, right? Where people are not able to hold space for you previously, and you are able to hold that for yourself, because you have done a lot of inner work within. And now is the time to allow the universe to prepare you to the next level of emotional satisfaction. This is going to trigger you definitely because you have never felt something like this before. Maybe you yourself are already incredibly vulnerable with yourself, right? You are very honest to who you are. You are very honest about your needs to you yourself. Now is the time, right, for you to be honest and authentic to other people. And what I mean by that is by sharing the things that might have hurt you, right? And this is not to say that, oh, once I first meet this person, I'm going to instantaneously open up. I mean, I'm not going to deny that, I'm not going to deny this possibility because it might happen, right? Like, sometimes you meet this person and you just feel a strong calling about sharing and opening up your entire life to this other person, but you need to have some level of boundaries, right? Because this is just the first time that you are meeting with this person, and you have to question whether or not does this person have the emotional capacity to hold space for you, right? But at the same time, I also agree that there might be some level of past life connection, right? For example, you meet this person and wow, you just feel a strong sense of familiarity with this person, right? There could be a level of past life connection here and there as well. So take what it resonates, pound number 2. Okay? So yeah, there is a new level of emotional satisfaction that you are receiving because you yourself have really met yourself in the shadows, right? And this deeper work, it's coming from other people. Other people are going to trigger that side of you, right? To maybe you already think that like you are incredibly vulnerable with other people, but maybe a new person that comes into your life and makes you open up even further, right? They challenge you. They challenge you to trust, right? Even though there might be a risk, because okay, to put it realistically, there is always a risk in all connections, pound number 2, right? There is always a risk of this other person letting you down. There is always a risk of this other person taking advantage of you. There is always a risk here. But the question is, despite this risk, are you still going to open up yourself fully? Are you still going to love deeply and fully? Yes, it can be a very painful thing and it can be incredibly traumatic, right? This is true. But at the same time, it opens you up to the people that match the level of depth that you carry within you, right? Because you carry an anonymous cup. You have a lot of love in you that you want to give to yourself and you want to give to other people. But sometimes, right, like I was mentioning at the beginning, like you might engage in an unhealthy attachment towards the other person, right? You might try to be emotionally attached to them, or you might try to rescue them. And in this next phase of your life, you're not doing that anymore, right? You are stepping away from this. You're stepping away from this need of trying to please other people, of trying to like looking at other people's, facial expression and body language dictating whether or not this emotion is suitable, right? Every emotion deserves to be expressed, but expressed in a healthy manner, right? In a way where you are opening up your feelings. Like, how do you actually feel? You feel disappointed, you feel unsatisfied, you feel unfulfilled. I'm also hearing this new chapter of your life is like it is expanding your vocabulary, right? It's helping you to understand yourself even further than what you have understood yourself until now. You are understanding yourself even further. You are starting to recognize that, like for example, I'm sweating, my hands are sweaty right now. That to me, it means that I'm very nervous and I'm really anxious. right? So it's like you're able to decipher and to see like, oh, the kind of sensations from your body and able to receive it. For example, let's say your heart is beating very quickly. So in some cases, it might look like some form of danger that you're experiencing, like a threat to your body, right? Maybe this person in front of you just doesn't feel safe, right? So you're able to decipher the kind of sensations that you feel in your body. And I feel like this new person that is arriving in your life is actually helping you and teaching you that this person can be a mentor, can be a teacher, can be a friend, can be a new relationship partner, anything, right? It doesn't just have to be a romantic relationship, right? Don't limit yourself to just one, okay? And the universe is preparing you for a high level of emotional fulfillment. And to make you realize that I can just pause and take a break, maybe for 1 to 2 months, and then continue on my path, and then take a break for 1 month and then continue on my path, right? You don't have to go down the traditional route of being a workaholic, like working 24 hours a day, every single day. You don't have to, right? You are completely changing your perspective on your manifestations, how manifestations work, and how open you are to receiving, so that you don't have to stretch yourself too thin, or you don't have to carry something heavy on your back, right? The 7 of Pentacles in reverse. You can always pause, take a break when it's necessary, because you have done more than enough. Now is the time to allow for new people, new person, new community, new environment to come into your life, to teach you, right? To allow you to understand yourself and guide your feelings and your emotions even further, right? Number one, so that you're not repressing your emotions, and number two, you're not being controlled by your emotions, and you're not going too deep in that emotions and being controlled by it. But at the same time, you're not repressing it. You're expressing yourself in a healthy manner. You're also discovering new ways of creativity. You're discovering new ways of how to channel that energy out, right, with that emotion that you're feeling. Okay, so that is the tarot portion of the reading. I really hope that this made sense. Yeah, thank you so much for your patience, pile number 2. And I actually went on to take a call just now. So yeah, let's look at the tea leaf fortune cards to see any details about this preparation that the universe has for you. Okay. Ooh, we have rooster. We have an arrogant, boastful person you should not cross. Very interesting. Year of the rooster could be significant. An arrogant, boastful person you should not cross. So I'm hearing there is something related to your own ego as well, right? So you might keep your ego in check when you are maybe interacting with this person who is kind of high and mighty, like they think incredibly highly of themselves, that they kind of look down on everybody else. So you gotta have to be careful when you're interacting with this person. I feel like you know the answer though, like this person can just seem really arrogant, really egotistical, really prideful as well. But there could be also another interpretation which I'm getting, which is keeping your egos in check, right? And that do not let your ego get to the best of you. And what I mean by that is that, let's say when you're interacting with somebody that triggers the emotional wound that you have within you, right? A part of you that is extremely sensitive and vulnerable, and maybe a part of you kind of wants to push that away, or you might be incredibly, when you feel very triggered, right, sometimes you might just lash out at the other person, or you might unconsciously be rude, or you might unconsciously project your own insecurity onto the other person or onto this situation, onto this environment. So you gotta have to be very careful, right? Let's say if you feel extremely triggered, right? Go to some place where you can be alone and to keep yourself in check, right? And to let the other person know that you are incredibly triggered right now, right? Don't say anything harsh, right? Don't harm others as well as yourself, right? Keeping your egos in check when you are incredibly triggered by the other person, or when this person just makes you want to run away because you might kind of be scared of the level of depth that this person is offering, or you might be scared of this person's level of intensity that they carry, and that you might want to run away, or you might want to lash out, right? Or that you might just project your own wounds onto the other person. So you have to keep yourself in check. Okay, with this rooster card. We have bet with take care, enemies are working against you. Wow. Wow, pile number 2, take care, enemies are working against you. Very interesting. Remember I was talking about this at the very beginning, where the universe is preparing something grand for you, right? And that there could be people that are watching you, and there could be people that kind of want to work against you, like people that do not have your highest good, right? They might want to attack you, they might want to destiny swap with you, they might want to take your ideas, they might want to take your identity. So you gotta have to be really extremely discerning with this next phase of your life. As much as like-minded people are coming in, as much as you are attracting people just like the King of Cups, right, who is emotionally available and mature, but at the same time there could be somebody that puts on a face where they might look incredibly caring, incredibly attentive, right? But actually they do not have any good intentions towards you. So you have to be really, really careful with your emotional boundaries, as I was talking about that, right? With your boundaries in general. But at the same time, you gotta have to trust your intuition more. And if you do not feel safe around this person, like I was mentioning, right, the sensations of your body, like if your body just doesn't feel safe around this person, you might feel foggy, you might feel like you're walking on eggshells around this person. Please be very careful about it. Okay, but at the same time, nevertheless, I'm seeing Lord Ganesh in my mind's eye. So he could be protecting you, and ask him to protect you, protect your path, very important, as well as to protect you so that you are not affected by such energies. Okay, even if these people are working against you, they will never win against you. Okay, they will never win against you. It's a temporary situation where you have to overcome, or where you have to adopt a strategy where you can deal with this person if it's necessary. Okay, but if you can stay away from this person, stay away from it. Okay, but pray to Lord Ganesh, right? Om Ganapataye Namaha. So you can use this mantra, Om Ganapataye Namaha. I think it's correct. Okay, please correct me if I'm wrong about this. Okay, last but not least, we have Claw. Interesting, we have a lot of warning messages here. So we have be careful, do not take risk. Very interesting. So I'm getting something in your career, right? Something in your career. So if you are already doing something right now, then continuously follow this path by being persistent, by being steady, by being consistent about it, right? Like, don't take any unnecessary risk that are not of your highest good, or you do not take unnecessary risk that, like, you're not familiar with this path, right? Like, don't go ahead with it, like, don't take it, okay? But remember that whichever path or whichever person that you choose, there is always going to be a risk. But it doesn't mean that you should avoid completely, but trusting, right? If your intuition tells you that this is not a safe environment, if this person, like you get this kind of hint that this person is kind of being deceptive towards you, this person is not good for you, this person doesn't have any good intentions towards you, then once you receive that message, right, do you have the capacity to step away from it, to leave this person, to leave this environment, to cut it all off, right? Or are you going to still hang out around with this person? Are you still going to be around this person because you are scared or you don't want to leave this path, right? So there are a lot of warning messages here from the universe, okay? And that if it's an unnecessary risk, don't take, be careful, okay? If it's a risk that you feel like you have to take, always keep yourself updated and always do your research first, but don't go into unknown territory and that you are not familiar with, right? Especially from a person, especially when there's like new opportunities being presented towards you and tells you that, oh, let's go into this business opportunity together. Are you gonna take it, right? If this person is your friend, right? This friend urges you to go into this opportunity, urges you to take this path, and your intuition tells you that this feels off, right? Like you are not familiar with this, like you just want to be consistent about the path that you're on right now, then be consistent with your path right now. Always question things, right? If it's necessary, trust your own sensations from your body, trust your own intuition above all else, okay? So yeah, I promised you guys that I'm gonna use the Crystal Mandala Oracle. Hold on. Okay, so I'm back. Now we'll use the Crystal Mandala Oracle, the Grace for the Grand Gesture. Oh, found it. Okay, we have Archangel Raphael and Malachi. Let's read. So, we bring you the gifts of grace for a grand gesture. Although there are times when even the smallest act, such as choosing to think a positive thought, is enough to transform your world, there also comes a time for the leap of faith, the grand gesture of unconditional trust that will free you from the past and empower the universe to gift you with a new future. The grand gesture is the big step, the willingness to say to the universe, I trust you and I know it's time for life as I've known it to give away for a bigger, bolder experience, and I'm willing to allow you to lead me into it. You then make an offering which confirms your declaration and empowers the universe to reward the faith you have demonstrated. The grand gesture cannot be forced. If it comes from a place of should or uncertainty, then you are not ready. The grand gesture must be unconditional. It must be something you offer not for what you can get in return, although the rewards will be rich, but because you are willing to offer something of yourself in service to love. When it comes from this place, the grand gesture is a trigger for divine grace to express itself in your life in an entirely new way, surpassing all expectations and showering you with blessings. There is a time in life for small steps and token offerings. These can be very powerful and trigger an outflow of anonymous compassion from the universe as they generate opportunities and connections to encourage you to continue building upon those first steps with greater strides. Then there are times when you are ready to show up for your life journey in a way that brooks no opposition. You won't be deterred. You have made a decision deep within and you are absolutely willing without hesitation or doubt to say to the universe, this is my next move, do your best. You are in the most loving way possible, throwing down the gauntlet to life and allowing the universe to respond. Because you understand divine law, you know that what is offered from a place of loving devotion is always a safe bet, no matter how wild the risk may seem to be to the mind. It is in response to such bold and unconditional gestures of loving service, surrender and trust that the universe pulls out the most dazzling displays of creativity, grace, generosity, and genius. When the oracle of grace for the grand gesture comes to you, there is a message. You are ready for the big step. The risk, the decision, the choice from which there is no going back. You might waver for a moment or two, but in your heart you know what you are ready and needing to do so exactly. If this risk is already If this is something that you feel extremely called to, right? Not unnecessary risk that pulls you into a whole new complete territory that you are not familiar with, then you have to double check with yourself, okay? But you know that this risk is something that you have to take a leap of faith into it, then go ahead with it. Or always trust your intuition above all else, okay? Pile number 2. So you are ready for the big step. Yeah, you might waver for a moment or two, but in your heart, you know what you're ready and needing to do. It is safe to take your leap of faith. In fact, there is a time for all things, and your time for the leap is or very soon will be upon you. This oracle affirms, encourages, and advises you that the universe is waiting for your gesture, already preparing the loving bounty that shall flow into your world in response. If you have made leaps in the past and landed flat on your face rather than gracefully on your feet, leave that behind you now. Everything you have experienced in your life has led you towards this moment in time. You are not the same person you were before. You are stronger, wiser, and more ready for the beautiful adventure life has in store for you. You have an opportunity at this time to take a leap of faith, and the universe is urging you ahead. You may feel afraid or uncertain if you listen to your mind. Give some love to your mind. It might need your comfort and reassurance. Then listen to your heart and make a grand gesture with full faith in the grace that surrounds you now. So you can do the healing process. You can take a screenshot. Okay, so I was actually quite surprised though with all of the tea leaf fortune cards that came through today, but it is necessary. It is necessary. Okay, and that whatever the universe wants me to channel it to you, pile number 2, it must be channeled it through you. Okay, despite how difficult these messages are for me to channel and for all of the cards to come through. Okay, so please take care of yourself and always ask for help from your spirit guides if it's necessary. I'm now seeing the phrase, you are spiritually protected. Always ask for help from whichever deity that you feel the most drawn to. Right? I was asking about Lord Kanish. If you feel drawn to other deities that might protect you, then start with your deity work as well if you're interested in that kind of work. Or just pray to God, pray to the divine, pray to the spirit guides, right? Pray to whoever that you believe in. Okay, pile number 2, I am sending you a lot of protection and healing energy and love. Please keep yourself protected at all times, and if this is a situation where you can completely avoid, then please completely avoid it. But if it's unavoidable, then develop a strategy, right? I'm seeing Goddess Athena ask for help for Goddess Athena to help you develop a new form of strategy where you can help to conquer the situation. Okay, pile number 2. So yeah, that's all that I have for you today, pile number 2. And I really want to apologize for the annoying construction noise that you can hear. I've been praying to stop the construction noise, but it seems it's not really happening. But this is something that I cannot really control. So I'm really sorry, pile number 2. And thank you so much for your patience and your understanding and for allowing me to read for you. If you're interested, you can like, subscribe, and comment if you want to. And what else? Yeah, and I'll see you guys in my next reading. Oh yeah, and thank you so much to the universe for allowing me to read for you as well. Thank you so much, pile number 2, and I'll see you guys in my next reading. Bye! Hi, welcome back, pile number 3. So in today's reading, we'll be looking at what is the universe preparing you for. So we'll be taking 3 tarot cards as usual and some tea leaf fortune cards to help you to see the details about this preparation that the universe has for you. And if you can hear some form of construction noise, and I really want to apologize for that, this is out of my control. Like if you're living in a city area, you would understand why, and all of these construction noise is annoying the shit out of me, and it happens throughout the reading of pile number 2, and I really apologize for the annoyance that is happening right now. And yeah, thank you so much for your patience and your understanding, pile number 3. Okay, now before we get started, please remember that this is a collective reading, right? Not all messages are going to resonate. Please do not give your power away to me or to any other psychics, any other readers out there, okay? You always have the free will to create your own destiny. If you do not like, or your intuition tells you that this is just not your pile, please listen to it and trust yourself more than anything else, okay? If you do not like the messages that you are listening, something in you tells you that it's just not my energy, it just doesn't resonate with my current situation, and this is a timeless reading, okay? So anytime you come across this reading, is going to be yours. So yeah, if it just doesn't resonate with you, please do not take this message, okay? It might not be for you, but it might be for other people who are coming across this reading as well, okay? So yeah, thank you so much for your understanding, pile number 3, and let's get started, shall we? All right. Pile number 3. The first thing that I'm hearing is some form of financial opportunity. And I'm actually seeing the 6 of Swords in my mind's eye right now. So you are moving towards a brighter future. You're moving towards your dreams, right? You're moving towards a state where you do not have to be in survival mode anymore, right? You could be drawn to pile number 1 because the pile number 1 has 6 of Swords in their energy as well for pile number 1. And yeah, I'm getting this big financial opportunity that you are getting. I don't know what it is that you are manifesting, but it could be something very huge. It could be something that is very different from what you are expecting or very different from what you are doing, right? Let's say you are on this path right now, for example, and then there's this big opportunity that presents to you that you didn't even think that it would hit you, right? You'd be like, wow, is this really true? Like, it would just shock you, right? You have never expect such opportunity that will come your way. So it really is a huge big break for you that allows you to make a lot of money and allows you to present your gifts and your talents as well, right? It allows you to be your full authentic self. It allows you to tap into your untapped gifts that maybe you yourself might not even realize it yourself, but you have a tingling feeling towards that gift, that talent that you have, but maybe you are just really scared and afraid, and the universe is finally giving you this opportunity for you to present yourself, right? So whatever path that you're on right now, you are on the right path, but there is going to be like a huge opportunity that's going to come your way that is very, very different than what you were expecting, right? So it's very important for you to keep yourself open with the different choices that you're going to be presented, because it's not just going to be one, there are going to be multiple choices that will be presented to you, and depending on what you choose, it's up to you, right? Because you have your own free will to decide what you want to choose, but always choose the one that makes you feel the most excited, right? That makes you feel really, really passionate about it, that no matter what challenges or what obstacles come your way, you are not afraid to face them. Like, you are not afraid to say, right, let's conquer all of these fears, let's conquer all of these challenges. Like, I am sure that I'll be able to achieve it. I'm sure that I'll be able to fight this. Right? I'm sure I'll be able to achieve whatever I want to achieve. Pile number 3, always have that belief system in you. Always believe that you can do anything. You can do anything, you can achieve anything, right? You don't need to compete, you don't need to prove yourself to other people, you don't need to, sacrifice yourself, you don't need to put yourself in a state where you are consistently in a hustle and bustle mode. Like, you don't have to. Right? And you don't need to choose the path where it requires you to sacrifice yourself. Yeah, there are going to be opportunities where it requires you to speak up about your needs, right? Speak up about what you want. And if you and this person providing you this opportunity is able to accept, and the both of you are able to negotiate really well, then sure, that opportunity is yours. But always go with the one always go with that opportunity that makes you feel really excited, right? Emotionally as well as materially. If materially it doesn't really satisfy you, see if you can negotiate with the other person and see if the both of you can actually work really well through this negotiation, right? You can see through a lot by how well the negotiation goes. Okay, if this person requires you to, downplay yourself as much as this opportunity really excites you, for example, and if this person requires you to downplay yourself or requires you to downplay your material needs, no, 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 don't go for that. Okay, as much as it excites you, but materially it doesn't satisfy you, right? And if the negotiation doesn't go well, then you have your answer, right? Okay, but like I said, always listen to your intuition above all else, right? Maybe some of you really, really like this opportunity and you don't mind you don't mind taking, like you don't mind your material needs not being really fulfilled. Maybe you yourself don't mind. Okay, like I don't know what kind of situation and what belief systems that you hold, but I definitely respect that. What I'm trying to say here is that you don't need to put yourself small, right? If it doesn't satisfy you emotionally and materially, you do not have to sacrifice yourself. You do not have to convince yourself that, oh, it's okay, right? Oh, this is a wonderful opportunity. I might as well just take it, even if materially there is something that just feels off materially. Like, trust yourself. Okay, if you just couldn't convince yourself about, okay, I don't even want to use the word couldn't, but materially it just doesn't satisfy you, right? Negotiate with the other person. If the negotiation doesn't go well, then you have your answer. But if you yourself are okay with what is being provided for you, then don't listen to what I said. Okay, so it really just depends on you and depends on your situation. But like I keep wanting to mention is that don't downplay yourself. You don't have to play small, right? You don't need to try to convince yourself about you don't need to try to convince yourself about the needs that you already have, but it's not up to your level, it's not up to your standard. Okay, like don't try to push yourself and don't try to convince yourself about that. Okay, but always listen to your intuition above all else. All right, pile number 3. Now, so we'll finally focus on the tarot cards now. Aha! We have the Knight of Pentacles and the Queen of Pentacles coming together. Wow. Came to in this position, so I'm just gonna take it in this way. Okay. Next we have the King of Cups in the reverse. Wow, you might be drawn to pile number 1 and pile number 2 though, because pile number 1, 6 of Swords, is present in their reading, and for pile number 2, the King of Cups. Oops, excuse me. The King of Cups is actually in this position as well. Last but not least, we have the Four of Wands. I am loving this. Okay, so pile number 3. What is the universe preparing you for? Pile number 3. I feel like the universe is preparing you with sort of a gift, or like I was mentioning, right, an opportunity for you to present yourself, for you to share the amount of knowledge and wisdom that you have acquired from your personal experiences, right? You might be somebody that has gone through a lot of personal lessons. I'm hearing through childhood, right? So you are being given this big opportunity that requires you to understand yourself completely, that requires you to understand what you really want and requires you to have the courage to go after it, right? Like even if there is no applause, even if there is no instant gratification that satisfies you momentarily, you will still have to use your own gift of discernment. You will still have to use your own gift of your own intelligence to continuously pursue and to continuously work after your goals and your dreams by being consistent, by being persistent. Right now is not the time for you to, like I keep mentioning, playing small or downplaying your gifts or like engage in a habit of self-doubt, in a self-destructive way. Like you don't have to do that anymore, right? You can allow yourself to enjoy to enjoy what you already have, right? I can see that you are somebody that you have a lot of abundance in you. And what I mean by abundance is that, actually, I really want to share this story, which is for many of us as well. Like when we think about abundance, we will think about money, right? But the Queen of Pentacles, she's not just about financial. She's not just all about financial needs, right? She's all about the beauty that she sees around her. Like you yourself as well, you are somebody that has a good eye for art, good eye for beauty. Like whatever it is that catches your eye, you can turn anything into a piece of art. That is your gift, power number 3, right? You have this ability to turn any form of simple, ordinary moments, right? Even the things that you capture or whatever it is that other people might just despise or other people might just look away, you will look at it and see it as a form of beauty, right? And it's not just really about money that we need. It's also about being able to contribute to society, right? To give society a piece of art, to give society, the amount of knowledge that you have, power number 3, because you do, right? The universe is, this is very, very similar to power number 1 as well. I feel like the universe is also preparing some form of stage for you, right? It's preparing you. But this stage is more about a stage where you're not really necessarily being seen. This stage is for you to present yourself as much as you want, and whether or not there is going to be audience, like you don't really care so much about how many audience are going to be there or how many people are going to appreciate your work, because you put your work in such a high standard that only the ones that resonate with you, they will resonate with you. So power number 3, it's like what you give, it's really very, it's some form of collectible that at that moment people might not be able to understand your art, but maybe 10 years later or 20 years later, people will be able to look back at it and say that, hey, there is actually so much meaning in this art. Like, why didn't I understand 10 years before? But right now, 10 years later, those people, maybe they have grown even more mature, maybe they have experienced things that allows them to understand the gift that you provide. So it's like, for you, power number 3, you shouldn't have to chase for instant gratification. You shouldn't have to chase for something that provides you instantaneously, right? Like attention, validation, like instant fame. Like you do not need to chase after that, because this will come only after you have prioritized what you put out, right? It could be an idea, it could be like I mentioned, a piece of art, it could be an item that you are creating, it could be a music that you're composing that people just don't understand. They might just think it as a form of like rubbish and all, but it's actually not, because you understand your piece very deeply. You know that it's valuable, it's worth, right? Even if it looks worthless in this moment. I'm not trying to say that your piece of art is worthless, okay? No, I'm just saying from other people's perspective that they might not understand it, right? Just like a book, right? There are so many authors, so many writers out there. Like just because one person reviewing that book saying that it's trash, other people take it as a piece of art. Other people treasure it so deeply, right? It's because of our own belief systems. It's because of our own personal experiences, right? And unless after they themselves have grown, unless they themselves have experienced maybe something that can actually help them to relate to your art, then they might kind of think back to your art, and they might think back to what you provide, and they will say, wow, like I can't believe that I thought about this art previously. I thought that it was just a piece of crap, but right now, wow, I've actually grown. I actually can understand what this art is trying to convey to me. right? So, let me take this away first because it's really distracting. Hold on. Okay. So yeah, pile number 3, the universe, like I mentioned, it's preparing you to share your gifts, to share whatever it is that you have to share with the world, but without any applause, without any attention, without any recognition, without any validation first, because it wants you to be so deeply invested in your own peace, in whatever it is that you have to provide, that you continuously educate yourself, and you continuously put in a lot of effort into it, right? You put in a lot of details into it, you put in a lot of your heart and your soul in it. And you believing that someday there is going to be somebody, or maybe a group of people, they will be able to come and celebrate what you provide, and able to celebrate this piece of work that you give to them, because it really is a gift. It's something that people want to keep, right? It's something that people want to keep maybe for the rest of their lives. This is how valuable your work is, pile number 3. And the universe is really just preparing. I'm getting an image of a canvas, an empty canvas, right? You're able to paint whatever it is, and you, through months and years and even decades, that you put in this piece of work, and that someday, right, somebody that is going to come and appreciate and experience that work, and it hit them so deeply that they wouldn't be able to articulate. This is how deeply inspiring your work is, pile number 3. Right? And don't underestimate what you provide to humanity, or what you provide to the collective, because it is that treasurable. It is that treasurable that not a lot of people in this world can actually understand. I'm actually seeing 5%, so maybe only 5% in this world can actually understand. And maybe this might make you feel a little bit disappointed and devastated, but I'm hearing your art, your work, your ideas. It's not for the faint-hearted. It's only for the ones that have broken down, right? They break themselves down, they have gone through life and death. Only the ones that have truly seen life, appreciate life, gone through the ups and downs of life, that they are able to understand it. We have the King of Cups here. He's in the reverse. It seems to me that he's somebody that he's not afraid to put his emotions out in the open, right? He's not afraid to be vulnerable. He's very expressive with, as he is, right? Whatever it is that he puts out there, it's always from his own heart and soul. He's not for the faint-hearted. He's not for people that avoids depth, avoids intensity, because this is how insightful and precious your art is. Okay, and I feel like the universe just wants me to reassure you, right? Reassure you, and to just praise you, to praise your work, right? And as deeply alone that you might feel, and you think that there is nobody here to appreciate you, I am here to tell you that you are very appreciated. The universe looks at your art and just said, yeah, it is a piece of work that I would love the stars and the planets to compliment you. This is how interesting it is. And it's like, really, your work, it's just a representation of the entire universe, right? People don't really understand, and the universe is like understanding and studying astronomy, like physics, science, right? The divine and all. It's not for the faint-hearted, because once you get into it, you get into the depths of it. This is how mesmerizing and fascinating the entire spiritual world is, and this is your piece of art too, right? Just like nature in itself. Some people, they think that nature is just full of trees, full of plants, there is nothing beautiful about it. But for you, pile number 3, I'm very sure that you are somebody that When you go out into nature, when you look at trees, when you look at plants, you just look at them in awe. Right? You appreciate every single little thing that catches your eye. That is your talent, that is your gift. And you shouldn't have to underestimate that just because other people don't see that, or just because other people think that it's useless, it's ordinary. That shouldn't make you feel ashamed of what you see, because what you see is a gift. And like I keep mentioning, only people that maybe after 20 years, after 30 years, maybe they might just be able to understand you. Right? So you don't have to run away or hide what you see, what you provide, because what might seem useless to other people, some of them, they love and appreciate exactly what you have to provide. There will be people that will be coming into your life that loves and appreciate your work. But what is the universe actually preparing you for is a stage where you will be able to you dance, right? You're able to paint, you sing out loud, you speak out loud without any audience in front of you. You're just speaking out loud. You're just enjoying the moment. You're just enjoying the talent, and you're just enjoying whatever it is that you have to put out there. You are enjoying the process. You are savoring the entire moment. Right? Without anybody watching you, without anybody looking at you. Just because there's nobody watching you, your spirit guides are watching you. Right? They are giving you a lot of applause above you, in front of you. Maybe you just don't see that, but I'm here to tell you that your spirit guides are here to give you a huge round of applause, your ancestors as well. Right? The Four of Wands is a very sacred message for me, because I remember the first time I interpreted the Four of Wands is I see that as a sign as your spirit guides cheering for you. I see that as a form of they're just incredibly happy and very excited for you. They would cheer even if there are no real human audiences right in front of you. Right? You dance like a swan. The voice that comes out of your mouth, everything is just a piece of art, right? How you present yourself as well. It's just very, very elegant, just like the swan in itself. Right? And just because 90% of them or 95% of them don't get it, that doesn't mean that you should throw away that gift. Right? So before this financial opportunity comes your way, you gotta have to allow yourself to fully immerse in the gifts that you provide, fully immerse in the moment, just be fully in what you have to give, and to stand tall, heads up, and to just be very excited with what you have to provide. Even if you fall, even if you make a mistake, that is all just a part of how your destiny is unfolding, right? Even if you think that these are flaws, but they're actually not really flaws. They are actually it is actually what makes you incredibly beautiful, and it makes you a human being that, despite you making a lot of mistakes, you still have the ability and the courage to climb back up. That is what deserves a lot of applause. So don't fret if you're not receiving what you want to receive, because the universe is preparing a center stage where you're able to just perform, right? You're able to do really well, dance, sing, speak. And whether or not the audiences come in, human audiences come in, just let it be. Even if there are zero, even if there's just one of them. But this one of them, it's the quality of it, it's far more better than maybe 100 people. Right? One of them truly appreciating you rather than 100 of them. They might just clap, but they don't really understand the work that you provide. So you're telling me that you want the 100 people, or you just want one that truly appreciates you? If you're telling me that you want 100, then okay, sure, I respect your opinion. But for you, I'm sure that you just want that one person, even if it's just that one person that truly gets you and understands you, that's more than enough. Right? Somebody that touches the depths of your soul, that is more than enough. Point number 3. Okay? So yeah, I really hope that this reading made sense. And I hope that it gave you some form of confidence and to just allow you to continuously appreciate what you have to provide and to appreciate what you already have within you, the resources that you have in you, the potential that you have within you, that you don't need to look to other people for it. You don't need to look for other people's validation for it. Okay? Now we'll look at some form of tea leaf fortune cards to see is there any form of like guidance, any reassurance, or just any additional messages that the universe would like to add. Maybe I didn't catch upon that, but yeah. Oh my God! Look at what we have. We have star. We have guaranteed. So exactly what I was just saying, right? You are like the star that exists within the entire universe, right? Even if the stars, they look very, very similar, but each of their core is very different. They have different personalities, they have different attitudes, right? They have different ideologies and perspectives, right? And your success is already guaranteed up in the universe. That's what the universe is preparing you for, right? And depending on how you view the word success, right, it's really up to you to how you want to interpret it. But what I'm getting is that you will always have a stage, like you will always have places where you'll be able to shine, right? You'll be able to stand out. That doesn't mean that other people don't deserve to shine, and although everybody deserves a place where they can shine. Not a lot of people can actually understand and appreciate it at first, but once they actually understand what it means to be a star, or what they actually look for the meanings of how the star is actually just very beautiful. It shines a light out of the entire darkness. That is your purpose. And they're here to share gifts that it's irreplaceable, that no matter how many people would want to copy you, would want to take this gift away from you, they don't have that ability. That gift is always yours. That is what you are always blessed with, right? And that you are always going to be shining so brightly, right, in front of so many people, and especially in the darkest nights. Like you light up the entire house, you light up the entire path for many people to follow years later. Okay, so next we have a dark man, dealings or relationship with a man with dark complexion or hair. So this could be somebody that is here to provide you with this opportunity, so you might want to keep a lookout. Dealings or relationship with a man with dark complexion or hair, right? So maybe this person really appreciates you, really sees your ability, right? I keep getting this download about there is a man, right, sitting right in front of you and clapping for you, right? Even if it's just that one person, right? I'm immediately thinking about this Taiwanese show. I think it's 命中注定我爱你. In English, it's called Fated to Love. If I'm not wrong, if I'm not wrong, okay. I think it's Fated to Love. Yeah, but in Chinese, it's called 命中注定我爱你. And this character Anna and her boyfriend Ji Chunxi, it's like there's like nobody on stage clapping. It's like her boyfriend is there clapping for her, and she's just already very happy with her boyfriend there. Like she doesn't really need anybody to see her. She just wants her boyfriend to be there. I mean, that is like the very earlier episodes. I mean, there's a lot that happens after that, but the boyfriend will always be clapping for her because just like you, point number 3, you are really, really shining. You are really bright, just like a star. Like you are gonna have your own center stage where you will be showcasing a lot of your gifts and talents. Even if there is nobody, you are doing this for yourself, not for anybody. Okay. Last but not least, we have feather. Ooh, someone you know is undependable and insincere. Very interesting. This could relate to this dark man or this person that is currently in your life. Right? Maybe this person is just an illusion or just a fantasy that you've made him or her out to be. So please be very careful and always ask for signs from your spirit guides. So feather could be a sign as well. Is that I don't know what flower is that, but you can keep a lookout. You might want to take a look. This flower, so there could be signs on your path that shows you somebody you know could be undependable, and somebody that could be in your life is actually very insincere and doesn't have good intentions towards you. Please be very careful. Pile number 3. Okay, and know that you deserve nothing but just the best out of all. Right? The universe yearns to give you everything, but you can't keep holding yourself, or you can't keep holding yourself back, or having some form of relationships with people that are not good for you, or people that do not see your capability, right? They just want to downplay you, like I was mentioning at the very beginning, right? Like this person, they might see your talent, but they kind of want to downplay your material needs. They don't really want to provide as much as what you are actually worth, right? So pound number 3, your self-worth, your self-respect, it's very, very important, just as much as your emotional and your material needs. Both of these things can be fulfilled if you really, really believe in it. Okay, so your emotional and your material needs, just as much as emotional needs matter, your material needs also matter. Remember, you need to eat, you need a place to stay, you need to pay your bills, right? You are not a monk or anything. All right, as much as you want to receive this financial opportunity, always make sure that it's up to your standards. Right, I'm getting this, like healing your scarcity wound will really, really help. Right? Otherwise, you will just only be settling for something less that you keep trying to convince yourself, but deep within you know your answer that no, like this is not the opportunity I want, even if it excites me, even if it's incredibly exciting, but the financial needs are not really fully met by this opportunity that is providing me. Okay, pile number 3. So yeah, that's all that I have for you today, pile number 3, and I really, really hope that this reading resonated for you in some form of way. Thank you so much for your support, and thank you so much for your patience and your understanding, and for allowing me to be who I am too. Okay, so yeah, if you're interested, you can like, subscribe, and comment if you want to. And thank you so much to your spirit guides and the divine for allowing me to read for you. It really is an honor. So yeah, thank you so much, pile number 3, and I'm sending you a lot of love and healing energy, and I'll see you guys in my next reading. Bye.